Irene Warzinski is the Assistant Dean for Academic Initiatives and Director for Undergraduate Research in the Office of the Associate Provost for Undergraduate Education. She directs the university's undergraduate research initiative and works on academic programs such as STAR Charitable Foundation Trust Scholarship and programming related to T-shaped professionals. Dr. Warzinski is an active member of the Council on Undergraduate Research, where she serves as a counselor. Her research interests include innovative learning opportunities for undergraduate students, the experiences of women leaders in higher education, and collaborative partnerships between academic and student affairs. And she will introduce Irene Lee.
Thank you. Good morning. I'm pleased to introduce Irene Lee, who will be graduating this May with a dual degree in genetics and interdisciplinary studies in social science, global community health, with minors in Japanese and bioethics. She's been very busy these last 4 years. Her academic prowess is evident by the numerous awards she has won, including the Dean's Research Scholar, the Rhodes Scholarship Finalist, and the American Association of Cancer Research Thomas J. Bardos Award. Irene is an alumni distinguished scholar and joined Dr. Chris Chan's laboratory in the fall of 2012 as a professorial assistant. She has worked on 2 cancer-related projects. In her first project, she studied liver metastasis, and then given her exceptional performance, she pursued a second project on colon cancer. Through her efforts, she is a co-author on 2 scientific journal articles, which is an outstanding achievement for an undergraduate student. Irene also worked as an undergraduate field researcher in the Department of Geography, mapping water source usage and access in a rural Maasai village in Tanzania. In addition to her academic and research success, Irene has sought leadership roles, including being the founder and president of TEDx MSU, where she led over 70 students and community leaders in organizing the inaugural TEDx MSU conference here at MSU. She is the treasurer of MSU Global Health Brigades and the secretary historian of the Society for Asian Scientists and Engineers. This fall, she'll be beginning a PhD program in cancer biology at Stanford. Please welcome Irene.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for this opportunity to present my views on cancer as well as the breadth and depth of research that I've had here. As Corinne just mentioned, I've had so many amazing opportunities to interact with amazing faculty and also in amazing groups like these where I can present what I'm really interested in, which is cancer, genomics, and computer science. So thank you so much for this opportunity, and I'd like to take the next couple of minutes to explain what I've been doing here in my 4 years at MSU. So just to give a bit of background on cancer today, cancer is a huge problem within our economic community as well as scientific. As you can see here, there are many millions of dollars spent on cancer research and care and continuing people's quality of life throughout their years. It's the second leading cause of death in the US, as well as contributing to many economic, social, and political costs. So one of the things that really excites me about cancer research is that there are so many different angles to pursue. So for example, there are many different cancers that we look at within the liver, for example, pancreatic, breast, colorectal, and many more, but also so many different scientific angles with which to approach this. I've listed a few here, but of course, as you may know, there are many more scientific angles from which to look at cancer. I have had the opportunity to pursue all of these within my research here at MSU. One of the things that I'm very much interested in is the influences of the environment on people's propensity to develop cancer. For example, there are many different ways in which we may be affected by the environment, through tobacco, as we know, through the influence of smoking and lung cancer, through diet, which I'll talk about a little bit more, through things like family history, but also through things like radiation. So the first lens with which I was able to pursue cancer research was through liver cancer and the role of the diet in exacerbating liver cancer. So one of the things that we see is that in the past couple of years, in the past half decade actually, there's been a huge increase in liver cancer incidence. And a lot of this is through metastasis of liver cancer, which is the development of how liver cancer will spread throughout the body. My first project here at MSU focused on how the concentration of fatty acids in the blood, especially connected with obesity and conditions like non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, affected the rate of liver cancer metastasis. As you can see in these diagrams, BSA is our control, and PA is actually the fatty acid treatment that we put on the liver. It might be a little bit difficult to see here, but we found that liver cancer cells that were treated with fatty acid actually migrated into wounds that we caused in the cancer cells much more quickly than did the cells in the control population. We found this to be the same across many other assays, as you can see here. We can see that the fatty acid cells actually separated and were able to invade into spaces much quicker than the control condition. You can imagine what this would do in the body with someone who had higher concentrations of fatty acid within their blood versus someone else who was maybe a little bit healthier. This culminated in the development of a cancer network, which myself and my research mentor, Irene Lee, were able to put together. We identified a specific protein that had a significant impact in exacerbating this effect of fatty acids within the blood and the metastasis of liver cancer. We were also able to publish a paper, which is one of my most, one of the achievements I'm most proud of to date. This is in Scientific Reports, which is a Nature journal. It was a very exciting achievement for us. I've also looked at colorectal cancer in a little bit more of a molecular biology perspective. This is a diagram that I made from the second paper that I've co-authored, looking at how the two genes, RNF43, a cancer-causing gene, and a receptor called NR3C1 are related within this cancer network. Also, one of the things that I'm most excited about is how all of these different cancers can also be affected within genomics. We have many, many different ways of gathering genetic data now from all of these different conditions, and when we combine them and analyze them, we can actually look for more hypotheses and more conclusions about cancer as a whole from all of these different conditions. So what I'm going to be doing at Stanford and what I have been focusing on with faculty from the Epidemiology and Statistics Department for the past year and a half have been how can we harness the vast amount of genomic data from sequencing, from analysis of different proteins, and to analyze and ask questions about the different cancer gene networks that we understand now. This is a diagram of cancer survival, and what we do is we actually take different genes in different conditions and we analyze how survival varies between one cancer state from another. Over here, this very complicated looking diagram is a network of many different cancer genes and how they may affect each other within different disease states. One of the most important things for me has been the opportunity to present my research and to amplify the ideas that I'm really excited about to groups like this, as well as within undergraduate research conferences. This is from MidSure in the summer of 2014. This is a summer undergraduate research conference that I was able to present my results at, as well as at national meetings. This is from the Consortium of Undergraduate Global Health Universities, where I was able to look at global cancer incidence across the world. And of course, as was mentioned, through larger, more general audiences as at the TEDxMSU conference, which I had the huge opportunity of being able to organize as well as found here at MSU. Today, I'm actually headed out to New Orleans to present and work with different cancer researchers at the American Association for Cancer Research annual meeting, one of the largest meetings of cancer researchers in the world. I'm very excited for the opportunity, and this is something that my research mentors and the people who have pushed me through pursuing these goals have been able to support me in. Throughout all of this, I would not have been able to pursue my interest in science as well as in the different intersections in cancer research, in human biology, in genomics, and in computer science without all of the help of the amazing departments and researchers that I've been in contact with throughout the years. My main mentors have been Dr. Christina Chan and Dr. Richo Nath from the Chemical Engineering and Genomics Department here. But I've also been able to work with some amazing departments, for example, the College of Natural Science, the Office of Undergraduate Research, and the MSU Honors College through the Alumni Distinguished Scholarship Program, as well as the National International Fellowships Office. It's been an amazing opportunity for me to pursue all of these things here at MSU, and I definitely think that undergraduate research is one of the things that I've been most honored to participate in here in my 4 years. Thank you so much for your time. I'd love to take any questions later on, as well as all my information is here. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day.
Questions from the board?
Yes.
You said that you're excited about going to New Orleans.
Yes.
They should be excited about having you. I'm not just saying that, but it's wonderful what you said. I just got a question.
Yes.
You talked about 2 cancers. Have we been able to do anything with pancreatic cancer? How that seems like that's the one that sneaks up and that this doesn't seem. Can you speak a little bit about that?
I personally haven't focused on pancreatic cancer specifically, but actually when I was mentioning the cancer research networks that we're looking at, one of the most important things that we do is we draw data from many, many different cancers, sometimes about 20 or 30 at once, of which pancreatic is always a specific one that we draw data from. And we're able to connect that with data from all the other cancers that I mentioned and make hypotheses about all of them at once. So while I haven't specifically focused on pancreatic cancer, I have worked with data from it to be able to understand more broadly what we are able to do with specific data from all cancers. Because in some ways, even though they're from different organs, we're able to understand what kind of the cancer cell is like across all of these cancers at once. I hope to be able to focus on it in the future, though.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your question.
Other questions, comments? So if you imagine where you're going to, what you'd like to be working on 10 years from now, you've been
Yes.
through graduate school.
Yes.
So what would you like to be your big contributions? What would you like to really discover?
I'm very interested in the communication of cancer research and within science policy. I'd love to be able to work with politicians as well as epidemiologists to work on cancer prevention tactics and to be able to improve screening and the focusing of different cancer. For example, from all these networks that we're understanding, there are different gene screens that we can do to be able to detect cancer more easily and more frequently. So I'd love to be able to make that more of a mainstream thing.
So it's really taking extraordinarily sophisticated and complicated analysis and having an impact more rapidly, not only on public policy, but on individual lives.
Exactly, within public health as well.
Sort of like Spartans will.
Very familiar with that, yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.